Multi-sport competition, especially the Southeast, as coach Kim Sui has said in their part, because it's a Shah Alam stadium that's packed in. In Thailand in the final of the SEA Games tournament, making the trip to KL to support the Malaysian squad, who are the only team with a 100%. Thailand 5-0 in the semi-finals, and then Alana, the number 29, who is the top scorer of the team, and also number 11, Jafri Firdaus Chu, and he's called upon, he knows the way to go. 12 Olympic Games, he is now the Indonesians, Cambodia and Vietnam, 3 in fact, since first touch of the ball game. So too does Irfan Zakaria. Forward, speaking of throwing players forward, Malaysia winning that game for the Malaysians. Safawi trying to look for the angle for the Tama. Will be happy that he came out to claim success. The Indonesians do not defend it pretty well. He has responded with those 3 very important. Heavily worked away, skipping away from the marker, then was somehow Indonesia escaped. Able to hear him. It's hardly audible here at the Sharlam. Who is on for the Indonesians if they can keep the ball in play. They do keep the ball. This one today on his left foot though. The cross is good enough. It should have been magnificent work once again by the 2016. But with a rich vein of form. Azam, the referee says no. Azam picks up the ball, and this time he does not see Matthew Davies as adventurous as Haria. Another header as their coach has asked. Delivers actually, Shamir Bukiti trying to free up. And don't be surprised if this one goes him protecting the defense, which he did in that first game of games in a row. The Malaysians failed to score against the Indonesians. Ball's broken clear for Matthew Davies, not one of his better crosses though. Well, after a fast and furious early stuff, put inside. Huge punch, Robbie, it was on. Safawi already delivered to trying to put Ezra Walian through. Setjan works the angle pretty well with some quick seeing him on the ball and all. Musa put the ball down, but he did. You know, when it comes to the easy touches, able to deal with it. Again, they're trying to just make sure that there's better than the Indonesians in terms of picking up those loose balls. He's had to put a much better ball than the one that he found. Fiction. Samir played in this stadium. Shah Alam. See under 23 qualifications in Taliban. Davies, Azalazin wants the ball as long as their wing backs will make the pitch. Hand side, it's onside, it's pulled back, and Jess Sayers running in from behind with pace. Nation in just that moment. If Kim Sui is going with Jafri, yes he is, ready to. 2017 has been a pain. Would suffice, it's just as good. The goal. You can almost put a bucket, and he would have found. Necessarily, the rest of his teammates. Febri heard it past his goalkeeper, they wouldn't mind. Once again, they go for goal. It was only to get away with murder. And earlier, Shahzwan haven't seen much of pull that cross in though, goes for goal all by himself. It's been a much better game than it was in the first semi-final. Dimas managing to somehow throw the ball to a teammate, convincing of headers from him. But even Dimas is someone who's born with time on his side and win it on one-on-ones. Intensity of their attacks just withered down a little bit at the end of going in at him from Septian and Malaysians. Jafri Chu trying to scramble his way inside. Walian is through on goal finally, declined to take the shot the first. Couldn't take advantage though, needed support, found it. Behind the defense, a takedown. Full midfielder. I remember Ezra Walian actually playing in a game after a certain Ruud van Nistelrooy, and he played Septian. Teammates now. Remember, behind the defensive line. In low-scoring affairs at under 23 level. A little too close to one another instead of pulling themselves some semblance now of that coach that has coached the Spanish under 21. Safawi, clever for Kim Sui has said at half-time. It's almost like a snap of the fingers, they just burst. Tanah managing to wriggle free, first time of asking, not the second. That's because of the lack of support and movement in front of him. So an offensive front. Ezra Walian. Zakaria for free kick. Septian bouncing away from trap of the day. Sometimes it does take its toll on the players. With Febri and his pace, corners have been okay. And the set pieces. Into this, you do feel that Safawi Rasid. You do is to get their defenders up like Irfan Zakaria after the hour mark. Another brilliant delivery yet again, the Malay. Dimas, when he does, there's always a defender right in front of him. That was not a bad one. Even Dimas looking for the angle for the shot. Once again, the path to goal came from Febri, always going to be acute. But that's gone on target and lift themselves up for the final stages of this match. Hanif winning a couple of headers. Clever footwork. Well, the situation where he could have pulled the pass off to Sadil. This time decides to cross with his left for a ball to be floated up in the air for them to attack. Has come to those crosses. Jaffrey Chu from the last corner. And one which, look, chances already for Jaffrey Chu in this. Pura Jayapura comes on. Osvaldo's first touch is a good one as he escapes the clutches and supporters. And that's how comfortable Malaysia have been defensively, allowing the channels to open up for the likes of Yames Robbie to still chant with hopes. Jaffrey Chu, clever first touch from him, not so the pass though, despite the fact that it has been a better balls pumped up despite his slight 1.68 meters. Jaffrey, and he sets it up for the right flow of a shot which took, because whenever Tanah has touched the ball in this space in the penalty box yourself, even Dimas continues chasing, always brings a lot of energy. Sadil forced to go backwards. Is that trend going to continue? Is it going to continue now? Osvaldo, see what he was trying to do is Dimas has got some space and once the ball, instead it goes, he has been, and how combative in the middle of the park. Yabez, oh, he needed to flick the ball to Osvaldo. Younger Indonesians with an opportunity to break. Once again, the time, maybe Yabez. Chu, still Jaffrey Chu wins the corner. Tanah goal! The home side. And time again in this match, beads of sweat came down the brows of the Malaysian. Remember, the Thai scored as late as the 90s. What can they do with this? The runner is on. Kim Sui's now throwing all his defensive cards on the table. Given Malaysia a sniff and an they've got to lump it up. They can't be playing around. Final. Away from it, there's a chance inside the penalty box. Is that a penalty? Given the penalty in the very last minute of play. And that's usually contact on the striker, penalty given, and the Indonesians do pay the